Hello student, welcome. This lecture is for class 9th biology. This is the second chapter, that is tissue, part 3rd. First and second part that already uploaded. Before going to start this lecture, I told you to just see the second part, especially the table, where the types of animal tissue are there. Okay, so here it begin. First, the topics that we are going to cover in this, number 1 is connective tissue, second one is connective tissue proper, third one is fluid connective tissue, it is also called as visceral connective tissue, and the last one is skeletal connective tissue. Okay, skeletal. Okay, now and last में some question related to all this topic. Okay, now the first heading, that is connective tissue. As its name is indicates that this tissue has connect the various organ or the various tissues. Okay, it is characterized by, okay, some characteristics are there. It is few number in cells, it is few in number, it have a large intercellular space. Okay, the liquid which fill in intercellular space called matrix. Okay, white and yellow color fibers are present in that matrix. Okay, so these are some characteristics about the connective tissue. The connective tissue are further divided into so many components that I already discussed. Number 1, that is you all various parts, it helps to connect to various parts. That is number 1, connective tissue proper. As it name, connective tissue proper, it means it can be properly distributed in a whole of our body. Second one is fluid or visceral connective tissue, and last one is skeletal connective tissue. Okay, so now the first one is connective tissue proper. As its name, it is properly distributed in our body, and maximum amount it was present. Okay, it holds to the various organs or the various tissue. Okay, it was properly distributed in our whole body. Okay, it can be further divided into 5 parts. Areolar, the name will see, that is air. Okay, it means it will fill in the gap in between the bone and the muscle. Okay, this tissue is present in between the bone and the muscle, that it help in the filling of that. Okay, this is the basic and most abundant tissue of connective tissue. Okay, its matrix, it means the liquid which are present. Suppose that this is the whole diagram of connective tissue. So the matrix inside that, okay, some amoeba shaped structure are present. Okay, that amoebocyte cell are phagocytic in nature. Phagocytosis means engulf the foreign particles. Okay, some fibroblast cell is present in that. Okay, some fibroblast, yani elastic fibers or fibroblast cell are present in that. Okay, which secrete fibers and make the tissue elastics. Okay, inside that there are so many mast cell are present. Mast cell help to secrete the matrix, which are the liquid in which are present in that. There are 2 types of fiber are present in that. 2 types of there are 2 types of fiber is present in that. that is, one is white fibrous and second one is yellow fibrous. The location of areolar tissue is present in between the skin and muscle, that I already told, around blood vessels and nerves, and in the bone marrow. Okay, the location is very important. Okay, some functions are there. It helps to hold various tissue together. Okay, clear? It helps in the repair of body tissue after any injury. Okay, histocytes, it means amyloid cell, eat all the foreign particles, it means all the infections, and protect us with infections. Mast cell, this one is the mast cell, in the tissue are connected with are concerned with allergies, not connected, that is concerned with allergy. Okay, next one, you see that adipose connective tissue. Adipose means fat, yani the fat, the tissue which have abundant of fat, and deposition of fat is called as what? Adipose connective tissue. Especially you see that in the polar bear, below the skin of polar bear there is a layer of fat. That fat is called as blubber. Okay, which protect their body. Okay, it work as a insulator for that. So fat storage tissue called as what? Adipose connective tissue. The location is that, location in our body is that layer just below the skin, adipose is present, around the heart, brain. Okay, this adipose tissue are very important because this also help for measuring the BMR rate. Okay, the function, it works as insulator. Okay, it's work as insulator. It also store fat in the form of food, so it can later it will be utilize it. Okay, so many things. It also shock absorber, it also help for shock absorber, just like it was present around the heart, around the kidney, okay, around the eyeball. So it protect that organ from the various injuries. Okay, so there is a difference will become the areolar and the adipose. The function will also come, the areolar function will come, and adipose function will also come. Next one is white fibrous connective tissue. White, the name you listen, white fibrous connective tissue is basically also called as tendon. It is also called as tendon. Why it is called tendon? Tendon means, okay, when a bone connect to the muscle is called as tendon. It means the fiber or the tissue which help to connect the bone to muscle is called as white fibrous connective tissue or tendon. Okay, next one is yellow fibrous connective tissue. Yellow means ligament. It is also called as ligament. Ligament, yani the place where two bones are joined is called as what? Yellow fibrous connective tissue or ligament. It means we can write that white fibrous connective tissue, it means tendon is equal to bone plus ligament, bone plus muscle. In yellow we will write that ligament, yani bone plus bone. If you see the location of white fibrous connective tissue, okay, it present the cover of bone, cartilage and kidneys. Okay, bundle of white fibrous, that is called tendon. Okay, later we'll discuss. In yellow fibrous it was present, okay, it was cover around the blood vessels. The blood vessel blood vessels means then the tube in which blood will flow is called as what? Blood vessels. Okay. Next and the last connective tissue proper is reticular tissue. Reticular tissue, the cell is star shaped. Totally is what? Star shaped. It is present in spleen. It means after the death of blood converted into spleen. So reticular tissue is present in spleen, lymph node and tonsils. Okay. The function is that it was present, the liquid which are formed by death of reticular tissue or the tissue, okay, that is called as lymphoid tissue. So it was present in the lymph. Okay. Reticular tissue in bone marrow help in the formation of blood corpuscles. It means reticular tissue help in the formation of blood corpuscles. Blood corpuscles mean RBC, WBC and blood platelets. Okay. Next one is fluid connective tissue. Fluid connective tissue, before starting that I told you, fluid connective tissue divided into two categories, that is blood and lymph. In your course, okay, blood is in detail form. Okay. Fluid connective tissue is also called as visceral or vascular connective tissue. Okay. First we see some point about fluid connective tissue. Okay. First thing, it keep on moving in our body. Fluid connective tissue keep on moving in our body. It help to transport some materials or some nutrients or some product or some hormones to the different part of the body. Okay. In the place of matrix, a non-living component is present that is called as plasma. Okay. In the plasma, fibers are totally absent. Okay. Now first one will come, that is blood. As you already know, it is red in color, slightly alkaline, salty in taste, heavier than water. It is about 8 to 10% of the total body weight of the vertebrates. Okay. It is made up of two components. That is, one is plasma and second one is blood corpuscles. Okay. Plasma, here you see that whole blood, that is composed of two components. Number one is plasma and number two one is form element or blood corpuscles. Plasma is a non-living components of blood. It is about 55% of blood. Okay. Major thing which are present in plasma is water. It is about 90% of the plasma. Okay. The remaining 10% is some salt, some amino acid, some protein, some nutrients. Okay. These are some points. Okay. It also help to transport, plasma help to transport some gases, digested food or excretory waste product. In some books that it also told that carbon, it also help, it means plasma is also help for the removing of carbon dioxide from the lungs and nitrogenous waste from the kidney. So this is the plasma. Okay. Yellowish in color, non-living components. Now come to the blood corpuscles of form element. Blood corpuscles are of three types. RBC, that is also called as erythrocytes. RBC, that is red blood corpuscles, not cell. It is also called as erythrocytes. WBC, that is white blood corpuscles, that is also called as leukocytes, and blood platelets, that is also called as thrombocytes. Okay, this one. Now come to the RBCs, that is also called as erythrocytes. First thing that I told you, RBC is red in color due to the presence of a red pigment called hemoglobin. Okay, this hemoglobin help to transfer carbon dioxide and oxygen in our body. When oxygen bind with hemoglobin, then it is called as oxyhemoglobin. When carbon dioxide bind with hemoglobin, then it is called as carboxyhemoglobin. Okay, so these, the RBC, the place where it means the birthplace of RBC is bone marrow. Okay, the lifespan is about 120 days, is about 120 days. Okay, if we discuss the shape about that, it is biconcave, denucleated, disc like. Okay, in all RBCs nucleus are absent except camel and llama. This are on all organism, in all living organism, living animals, RBCs are non-nucleated except camel and llama. Okay, the largest RBCs are present in Amphiluema and the smallest RBC is present in musk deer. Okay, so these are some points. RBC help to transfer the oxygen and carbon dioxide to the different part of our body, also help to transfer the various material also. Okay, come to the WBC, that is also called as leukocytes. WBC, that is called as white blood corpuscles, not cell. Okay, they are irregular, amoeboid shape and phagocytic cell. Phagocytic cell means they engulf the foreign particles in, it means infected particles. Okay, infected particle, it means if it engulf, it means WBC, if it engulf the foreign particle or the infected particle, so it protect our body through infection. So it is commonly called as soldier of our body. Okay, its birthplace is also a bone marrow. Lifespan is about 2 week. It also help for producing antibodies. It also help to produce disease against the disease, that is antibodies. Okay, that leukocytes are divided into two categories at the base of granules. Granules means structure which are present inside it, that is granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes, it means in that granules, it means that structure is present, but agranulocytes, it means absent granule. Okay, granulocytes again classify into three categories, that is neutrophil, it means it only help to infect the allergies. Basophil, it means basic form. Eosinophil या acidophil, it if the acidic component is higher, then it just engulf it. Agranulocytes, the basic work is both to that it helps to make our immune system strong. So what is the immune system? Immune system is a part of a system in which it helps to protect our body through infection. Okay. Now come to the blood platelets. It is also called as thrombocytes. Blood platelets is only help in blood clotting, any clotting of blood. Okay. These are spindle shaped. It is about 2 to 3 lakh per cubic millimeter. Okay. Mammals contain non-nucleated blood platelets. So these are some components and their points of the blood. Function that already explained, but once again I told you point wise. It helps to function of blood basically. It helps to transport the digested food from one place to another place. It helps to transport oxygen. It helps to transport carbon dioxide. It helps to transport some excretory product which was just eliminated from the kidney. It also helps to transfer the hormones. WBC help to fight against the infection to protect our body. Blood platelets help in blood clotting. Okay, so these are some points about the component of blood. Next one is lymph. Basically this is in your course, this one is very in short way, but first thing that I told you, lymph is the colorless and little yellow part of our body. Okay, basically the work is the components or the substance which was not transported through the blood, it will be transported with the help of lymph. So it is called as middleman of our body. Lymph was present in a system. That system is called as lymphatic system. So in lymphatic system there are 4 components. First is lymph. Second one is lymph vessels. It means the tube in which lymph will flow. Second one is lymph node. This one is lymph node. At some places the knot is present, is called as lymph node. Lymph capillary. So there are 4 components in the lymphatic system, that is lymph, lymph vessel, lymph node and lymph capillary. So these are about the lymph. Next one is skeletal connective tissue. Skeletal in that we will discuss about the bone and the cartilage. Bone is the hardest part of our body. Okay. First we discuss about the bone. Bone is the hardest connective tissue. Okay. The matrix of the bone is very hard because of the presence of salt and calcium phosphate and calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is about 60 to 70 or 80%. So it was become hard. One protein which are present inside that is called as osine protein. Okay, the cavity which are present in that the cavity which are present inside the bone, that is called as marrow cavity, because in that cavity a bone marrow is present. That bone marrow help in the formation of blood. Okay, if we cut the longitudinal section of this bone, you see that here. Okay, in that the cavity is called as Hervatian canal. Cavity is called as what? Hervatian canal. There are so much layer is present, suppose that this layer, this one is the layer, is called as lamellae. Is called as what? Lamellae. Okay, in the lamellae there is a gap in between the two layer, there is some gaps are present, that is called as lacuna. Okay, bone forming cell is called as osteocytes or osteoblast. Okay, location that you already know, it form the endoskeleton of the adult. Okay, function of the bone is very clear, that it form supporting framework, it protect internal soft organ like heart, kidney, liver. It also help in a location, it also help in movement from one place to another place, it provides surface for the attachment of the muscles. Okay, so these are some points about the bone. Next one, we will discuss about the cartilage. Cartilage is the softest part of our body, just like ear pinna. Okay, it gives the elasticity, it means flexibility. Okay, the matrix of the cartilage is solid but elastic. Okay, the protein which are help for forming cartilage is called as chondrine protein. Some inorganic salt are also present in that, which help to form that cartilage. Okay, it also have a lacunae. It also have a lacunae, yani the space in to filling the space, that is called as lacunae. The cell which are help for forming cartilage, that is called as chondrocytes or chondroblast. That cartilage is further divided into three. Number one is hyaline cartilage. In hyaline cartilage, it is formed by the covering of long bone and the ring of trachea and bronchi. Next one is fibrous cartilage. It was present in ear pinna or ear lobe. And the third one is calcified cartilage. Calcified cartilage, it means it was present in the capsula of frog, it means surface of frog. So these are some points about the cartilage. Now some question for practices. These are some questions. Number one question, give 4 difference between bone and cartilage. Number 2, why is blood called connective tissue? Number 3, give the function of cartilage. There are so many functions. Okay. 4, what are the function of areolar tissue? And the last one is distinguish between ligament and tendon.